All right, Polly. Well, glad glad to talk to you. Had fun at the movies today. Next week, not only we got that, but man, we got Thunderbolts coming up.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
I'm excited for. I'm actually pretty excited for that. As a side note, before we go on, I know this isn't Star Wars talk, but just to wrap it up, what's your feelings on Fantastic Four? Are you kind of like? I know you said you're hyped for it, but what's your what's your level of anticipation? Let me put it like that, because I'm excited in the sense that I'm hoping for the best. But me and Chris were talking, and we're kind of like, I don't know. We kind of have our expectations are a little low. Let's put it
Uh,
like.
now, now, I'm just curious. Why is that? Is that just because of
Well,
the actors, or
his reasoning is it just seems too. How did he put it? I don't want to speak for him, but he said it was seemed a little too family friendly, a little too Disney-ish, which I understand that's the whole point of the whole 60s type vibe that they're doing, but he just feels it's a little too the way they're portraying it as not as more of a Disney family type quote unquote show. And plus he didn't like how Galactus was seemed so small,
well,
compared to.
just and that's why I wish Red Five would have been on this podcast. I guess we could have talked just briefly about that, but I would just say to the first point, I think what they want to it's kind of like the perfect, maybe, or near perfect version of if for some reason Marvel and whoever would have had the rights at that time, I guess Marvel, um, to have done a series, a proper series on the Fantastic Four. This is probably uh, right. I mean, this is probably something that would have been done in the classic style of 60s, Kirby and Stanley, Fantastic Four, right? In other words, it captures the time, it captures, that
Yeah,
fan
but do you think do you think they're capturing Reed, right? Because I love the actor personally. I've liked all his stuff.
yeah.
Mandalorian, Last. I don't know. Have you watched Last of Us? Check that out if you haven't. But I'm just not sold with him as Reed. Reed is in the comics. He comes across as he's almost pompous in a way. I mean, he's smart, he's good-hearted, but he is for sure of himself when it comes to being able to do something. As far as scientifically, you know what I'm saying? He doesn't
Well,
he doesn't
I
seem
don't.
to have the doubt that Diego seems to be trained. And plus, again, I think the thing looks the best, but I don't like his voice, his
Uh-huh.
manner. He doesn't
No,
sound like the same.
that's fair. That's fair.
And
I thought it was.
Johnny's. I thought Johnny's always been the little hothead teen, and they're trying to. He doesn't seem like it just the characters seem off.
Well,
You know,
I say let's give that a shot and see what happens. I think those are all valid concerns. If you wanted to sort of mimic what we grew up with, certainly there's a little different vibe here, right? But I think as far as the look, I like the look. As far as the threat, we know it's going to be Galactus. I think they're going to do it right, as opposed to the movie that came out what 12,
yeah, but
15.
even that. What'd you think of Silver Surfer? Not even talking about the female
Well, but
version,
again,
but look at the
but again,
effects.
at first I would have preferred to have seen the traditional Silver Surfer, but again, this is coming from an alternate universe. So this is
Right, right. But
this.
that's what I'm saying. Don't even. I'm not even talking about the female version. I'm just talking effects wise. Go look at the effects of this one, and then just go back to the Fox version. That Silver Surfer looks 10 billion times better than this Silver
Well,
Surfer.
I'm going to wait because I mean they do this, and there's sometimes they can tweak things in post production. I don't know. I mean, obviously the film's probably ready to go, but we're still, what is that, July? I think we're still a few months out. So I would expect there may be some fine tuning. So I'm going to wait to hold judgment until I've seen the movie to see, not just that, but the effects in general. And in the as far as Galactus, I thought about that because I thought, well, how do you capture something like that? Obviously, in the comics, he's imagined as something even bigger than the planet Earth, but that's just not something you can capture. If you had to show that on film, it would probably be just a big shadow, right? So it, and I think in the comic there were times where he actually shrunk down
Yeah,
to a
he
little.
shrunk down.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,